Hey everyone, it's your old friend John. Today is a good day. Today is the day that we launch a new video series we are calling the Junk Wax Hockey Draft. As you can see, we have 27 boxes of Junk Wax hockey cards here before you, covering all of the major issues from 1989-90 down there, 1990-91 to 1991-92. Over the next 27 weeks, we'll be posting a video every Saturday morning where we break into one of these boxes. We talk about the things we like, we talk about the things we don't like, we talk about the players, memories we have of that time, all of the great things that make Junk Wax cards so special. But a couple of ground rules. Included in the 27 boxes, every time there's a Series 1, Series 2, or a high series, low series, I have one of each. The only boxes from these years that I don't have are if they have an English and a French version. If the cards are exactly the same except for the language, I haven't done that. You could argue, I guess, that there are, for some sets, there are a couple minute differences. Usually has to do with maybe there's a different insert offered in the English versus the French, something like that. Mostly that's score 1991-92, but in most cases they're pretty much identical. So I haven't gotten the French and the English of both. Before we can crack into these, we had to find a way to put them in some sort of order. I considered chronologically, starting from 89-90 down to 90-91 to 91-92. I thought about alphabetically. I even thought about, for example, the aesthetically pleasing nature of the boxes, which boxes I thought looked the nicest. In the end, what I've decided to do is to have a live draft where we rank these boxes just in terms of their awesomeness from 1 to 27. And that will be the order in which over the next 27 weeks we open them all, from the worst to the best. At the end of the series, we'll have an episode or two on grading. We'll talk about the grading companies that are out there, the pros and cons of the different companies versus each other. We'll talk about the process for getting a card graded, a little bit of instructional there. And I'll show you my process for how I evaluate cards before I send them in to be graded. And if I time it right, we should be able to have some of the returns of the grades at the end of the series, so we can do a bit of an unveiling as well. So looking forward to that. So with all that said, let's jump straight into the draft. Let's turn it over to the broadcast team. Watermelon. She sells seashells.
John, we're live.
Okay, okay, Jim. That's good. Almost got me.
No, for real.
And welcome back to the 25-26 Junk Wax Draft. Tonight is the night when 27 of the best this era has to offer hope to hear their name called by the Junk Wax Hockey Commissioner in tonight's draft. Before we get to the draft, which is just moments away, let's have a look at a quick profile of tonight's contestants. Our 27 hopefuls span across 3 different years. You have 1989-90 leading with only 2 different sets. You have 9 from 1990-91 and 16 in the explosion of 91-92. If we look at those chronologically, first up is 1989-90 O-Pee-Chee. 330 card set with a Joe Sakic rookie, Brian Leach, and many others. This set obviously higher and a little bit larger than the top set, so there's a few cards you can only get in this set, including the Theron Fleury, the Gary Roberts, Shane Corson, and a few others. No inserts in this set, however. And when you look at the top set, many of the same rookies, except for the last ones I mentioned, but they do have those all-star sticker inserts, which are pretty cool. You got Wayne Gretzky and Patrick Waugh. Then we look at 1990, and you start off with Bowman, their first ever hockey card set. Lots of great rookies in this set, including a very nice Ed Belfour. Personally, the best Belfour rookie out there as far as I'm concerned. Then you look at 1990 O-Pee-Chee, pretty generic set with a fair bit of rookies, and the Russian Central Red Army series, which includes a really nice Fedorov rookie, Arturs Urbe, and even the legendary Soviet coach Viktor Tikhonov. 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premiere, lots of buzz about this one. Still one of the more iconic and known sets of the Junk Wax era, with that Jaromir Jagr card being one of the top rookies, if not the top rookie of the entire Junk Wax era. No inserts, but lots of great rookies. Pro Set Series 1, 1990-91. Yes, there were probably almost more error cards than there are cards, somehow, but at the same time, The original chase card, the holy grail of the junk wax era, the Stanley Cup hologram card, numbered to 5,000. Pro Set Series 2 continues the trend of era cards, but still managed to capture many of the best rookies of the era. There's a Yager, there's a Fedorov, there's a Belfour, and not many sets had all three. So lots of great rookies to be had in this particular set. 1990 Score with their sneaky deal to sign Eric Lindros to an exclusive contract, meaning that at the time, that Eric Lindros Future Superstar card was the chase card to go after. In addition, this set has the only Martin Brodeur rookie card out there, so lots to like about that 1990 Score set. 1990-91 Topps, similar to the O-Pee-Chee set, but whereas they don't have the Central Red Army inserts, they do have some team scoring leader inserts. Smaller set than the O-Pee-Chee, but still lots of great rookies. 1990 Upper Deck. Personally speaking, just my opinion, this was the set I wanted as a child. Lots of great cards. You've got the Yager and the Sundin, you've got Modano, McGillney, Richter, Belfour. Plus they had those cool hologram insert cards where you could barely tell who the player was. And even different hologram variations that some people chase with the 1990 version, the 91, the baseball, and the comic ball. Then you go to the High Series, where they were the first to ever put in a World Junior subset, which means they have some rookies that nobody else has, like Felix Potvin, Scott Niedermayer, and Pat Falloon. And 1990 High Series was the launch of the very popular, to this day, subset Young Guns rookies with the Fedorov and the only true Pavel Bure rookie card. 1991-92 Bowman. Well, they've got a John LeClair card, and there's no other inserts, but hey, they're trying their best, and maybe they'll get their name called tonight. Time will tell. 1991-92 O-Pee-Chee continued their trend with trying to capture stars from the Russian leagues with a Sergei Zubov rookie card, which is only found in this set. This is the first year where the O-Pee-Chee and the Topps sets had the identical number of cards, the only difference really being the inserts. O-Pee-Chee Premier with their second version. Yes, there's a very nice Nicholas Lidstrom rookie card, but no inserts, fairly small set. Not as sought after as the 1990 version, but still a very high quality set. 91-92 Parkhurst Series 1. Yes, they have Lidstrom. Yes, they have Konstantinov, Leclerc, Wade, Amante, and such. There's a few insert cards, including a very cool Gordie Howe Legends card, but most notably, the Santa Claus insert. That one's special, and a lot of people love that card. So lots of buzz around that Santa Claus insert, boosting the score of this 91-92 Parkhurst Series 1. Parkhurst Series 2. Again, with more inserts, some legends, some league leaders, and a very cool Terry Sawchuk card. Also a Hasek rookie, and a few other cards that I don't think have other rookie cards. Joe Juno, Bill Guerin, I think these are their only rookie cards. But time will tell where their name is called tonight, whether or not they can beat the Series 1, or if they fall behind and are drafted later on in the draft. 91-92 Pro Set Series 1. Not a lot of good rookies, and by that I mean no good rookies, but at the same time, you've got that really nice Patrick Waugh The Mask insert card. You've got the 75th anniversary hologram numbered to 10,000. You've got the short print CC cards of Falloon and Niedermayer that had to get pulled because they didn't have a license to print them. And you've got the limited edition Patrick Waugh autograph card numbered to 1,000. 91-92 Pro Set Series 2. This is where all the rookies went. Dominic Hasek, Nick Lidstrom, and most of the rest of this year. A few insert cards, including a Gretzky and a Brett Hall, and a separate Patrick Waugh limited edition autograph card numbered to 1,000. 91-92 Pro Set Platinum Series 1. The only box of cards that I'm aware of in the history of hockey cards where there is literally not a single rookie card in the box. Not one. Pretty interesting, bold strategy they're going for. There are some insert cards like the like the Wayne Gretzky and Brett Hall, but no chase cards or rookie cards that anyone in particular is collecting. Series 2 is where they put all their rookie cards, similar to their base Pro Set series. Hasek, Lidstrom, and all the rest are there. Plus they have a few more additional insert cards, including Gretzky and Messier. 91-92 Score. Now this is where things get a little bit confusing. Not really sure what Score was thinking with their 91-92 sets, but they issued 3 individual sets. an American version that is solely in English and includes only a single issue of 400 cards, and then 2 separate Canadian issues, one being English and one being bilingual. To make it more confusing, the hot cards inserts are available in the American version and the Canadian English version only, and they have different body or insert cards, including some limited edition autograph cards available in all of the different sets. So in terms of the Series 1 for the Canadian and English and bilingual, which were both larger sets of 660 cards with a Series 1 and a Series 2, Series 1 only really includes the Doug Weight and the Tony Amonte. Series 2, that's where you get the Lidstrom and the Dominic Hasek, including, as I said before, all of the various different set differences between the body or inserts and autographs or the hot card inserts. 91-92 Score Pinnacle. A really nicely designed set. We'll see how high this goes in the draft. Some good rookies. They've got Lidstrom and they've got a few others, but they also have the pretty rare Team Pinnacle inserts, which are hard to find. There is an English and a French version of this set, I believe with the different Team Pinnacle inserts being available in different boxes, but still to be determined. 91-92 Topps Stadium Club. Interesting set, trying to capitalize on the craze of issuing premier sets. This was Topps' version. Not a lot of good rookies in this set, and no inserts, which again, that's a bold strategy. 91-92 Topps, as said before, this is the first year where O-Pee-Chee and Topps have the same number of cards virtually identical, but where O-Pee-Chee went with the Russian and San Jose Shark insert cards, Topps went with the team scoring leader insert cards. 91-92 Upper Deck Low Series. Now this series really hit it out of the park with rookies. They're the only set with a Teemu Selanne rookie, the only set with a Peter Forsberg rookie, plus they hit all the other best ones of 91-92, including Hasek, including Lidstrom, Leclerc, Amonte, Wade, Jamnov, Kozlov, Palfi, and all the rest. Plus, a plethora of insert cards, including award winner holograms, the Brett Hull Hockey Heroes subset, a limited edition Brett Hull autograph card numbered to 2,500, and in the jumbo packs, the Eurostars subset with another really nice Dominic Hasek rookie card. Then you look at the High Series, and that's where you see the continuation of the Young Guns and the World Juniors inserts. It includes Nicholas Lidstrom's Young Guns, Konstantinov's Young Guns, and a few Russian players that you can't get rookie cards of anywhere else, like Nikolai Habulin, Alexei Kovalev, and some of the rest. And we all know what that sound means. That means that the draft pick is in. So let's go to the Junk Wax Commissioner, Lagertha P. Vikingson, for the number 1 pick in tonight's draft.
With the first pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1990-91 O-Pee-Chee Premier.
And there you have the first pick, 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premier. No surprise there. I think everybody had that number 1 on their draft board. The consensus number 1 pick. That Jaromir Jagr card, it's iconic. It's still the number 1 rookie of the entire series. Lots of great cards in this set. Fedorov, Medano, Joseph, Sundin, Roenick, Bondra, McGillney, Nolan, Domi, Blake, Recchi, Stevens. The numbers go on and on. So no big surprise there. Back to the commissioner for the number 2 pick.
With the second pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1989-90 Topps.
Interesting. Might be a bit of a reach on this one. I think some people are going to be surprised that Topps went before O-Pee-Chee. Generally speaking, O-Pee-Chee versions are more expensive and worth more than their Topps counterparts. This single year, 1989-90, might be the only exception where Topps was actually produced less and are more rare and more value than their O-Pee-Chee counterparts. And back to the commissioner for that number 3 pick.
With the third pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1989-90 O-Pee-Chee.
And as most people expected, there's the other half of the 1989-90 equation, the O-Pee-Chee set. With their extended set, the Theron Fleury rookie, the Gary Roberts. A lot of people might have picked that one before the Topps, but a very safe pick at the number 3. Back to the commissioner for pick number 4.
With the fourth pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1990-91 Upper Deck High Series.
Upper Deck High Series from 1990-91. Yes, the launch of the Young Guns. Very popular subset. Pavel Bure Young Guns, the only place you can get it. Sergei Fedorov, many other great rookies in this set. Still one of the more expensive boxes to buy from this era, and a really great pick. Some people may have gone with the low series pick, or maybe gone into 1991-92 here, but I think this is a really safe pick. I think they're going to be happy at that with that selection at this stage of the draft. Back to the commissioner for pick number 5.
With the 5th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1990-91 Upper Deck Low Series.
Well, they've already picked High Series, so now here we go with the 1990 Low Series. Very good pick here. Personally, I thought this could have gone much higher in the draft. Beautiful series, lots of great cards. The Yager, the Belfour, fantastic set. I think they're going to be really happy. Lots of great inserts there with the holograms, even if you can't really tell who they are. Still lots of fun to have. I think that's a really great pick. Back to the commissioner for pick number 6.
With the 6th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1990-91 Pro Set Series 1.
1990-91 Pro Set. Now, a lot of people thought this one might go higher. Interesting that it slipped a little bit to number 6. The Stanley Cup hologram makes this one of the most sought-after boxes out there. Even if it's a relatively inexpensive box, the chance of hitting that Stanley Cup hologram makes it very desirable. So many errors, so many problems with this set, but that Stanley Cup hologram, that makes up for a lot of problems. So, pretty safe pick here at number 6. I think a lot of people could have seen this one going higher, but I think that's the right spot for this box. Let's head back to Lagarth and P. Vikingson for pick number 7.
With the 7th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1991-92 Upper Deck Low Series.
Interesting. 1991-92 Upper Deck Low Series, the first box of the 1991-92 contingent selected. Like we said in our opening, Teemu Selanne, Peter Forsberg, lots of great rookies here that you can't get anywhere else. So that's a pretty good pick. I think they're going to be very happy with the value they got here, especially with all of those different subsets and even the Brett Hull autograph card. That's a great pick here at this point in the draft. Back to the commissioner.
With the 8th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1991-92 Upper Deck High Series.
Well, no surprise here. Following the 91-92 Low Series is the High Series, with the Young Guns continuation with Nicholas Lidstrom and the World Junior cards that are hard to find in any other set but Upper Deck. Lots of great subsets and inserts here, so I think that's a pretty solid position for Upper Deck, going in the top 10 for sure. All 4 of the Upper Deck boxes in the top 10. Makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's good value at this stage of the draft. Let's turn it back over to the commissioner.
With the 9th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1990-91 Score.
1990-91 Score. I think a lot of people could have seen this issue slipping a little further in the draft, but the presence of that Eric Lindros Future Superstar card and the Martin Brodeur rookie card really caused the selection here. Really drove that selection and caused the manager here to take a flyer on this set. We'll see if it pays off. It was a bold move. So the pick is in. Let's go back to the commissioner.
With the 10th pick in the Junk Wax draft, we select 1991-92 Pro Set Series 2.
91-92 Pro Set Series 2, an interesting selection. You know, these Pro Set Series from 1991-92 get a bad rap, but this particular series, it does hit a lot of the main rookies that year. There's a nice Hasek rookie in there, there's Lidstrom and most of the others, plus with the presence of that limited edition numbered autographed card from Patrick Waugh, I think that really boosted the value of this set. I think that's a good pick. I think they're going to be happy with it. If you hit that autograph, it's more than going to pay off. Back to the commissioner.
With the the 11th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1990-91 Bowman.
Interesting. 1990-91 Bowman. I think that this one is a bit of a reach. No particular nice inserts. There's the hat trick cards. Not a lot of great rookies. There is that Ed Belfour, but the quality of the cards is fairly low. I think this could have slipped a little bit better, a little bit further down in the draft, but I think this one, there's probably some sentimentality in play here by the person making the selection, especially with that Belfour rookie card. Probably thinks that's a really nice, sharp-looking card, and maybe that boosted the selection. Back to the commissioner for the next pick.
With the 12th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1990-91 Pro Set Series 2.
1990-91 Pro Set Series 2. Now, while this set doesn't have the option of getting that sought-after Holy Grail card of the Stanley Cup hologram, there are a lot of great rookies in this set. In fact, I think this is the only set available where you can get all three of Jaromir Jagr, Sergei Fedorov, and Ed Belfour in the same box. Plus lots of other great rookies. There's a few interesting error cards that make it interesting, including the Jagr variation, where the stats line up or don't. So really, I think this is a good pick here at this point of the draft. Lots of great rookies. I think that's good value. Back to the commissioner for our next pick.
With the 13th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Pro Set Platinum Series 2.
Another edition from Pro Set, 91-92 Pro Set Platinum Series 2. Really nice Dominic Hasek rookie card, very sharp looking cards. You got that Nick Lidstrom. Not a lot of great insert cards, but I think that this makes sense here. They captured most of the good rookies of the set. There's no real particular chase cards here, no autographs or anything like that. But still, I think following all the rest of them, this one hits most of the major rookies, which makes this make sense at this stage of the draft. Back to Legacy P. Vikingson for that next pick.
Go ahead.
With the 14th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1990-91 O-Pee-Chee.
1990-91 O-Pee-Chee. Interesting pick here. One of the last of the 1990 sets. This one, I think, mostly driven by that Sergei Fedorov Central Red Army card, although there are a fair number of other good rookies in this set. Plus, there's the box bottoms and, various other things that people might be interested in. Maybe it's Arturs Urbe or Konstantinov. There are a few good cards in this set. Let's get the next pick. It's in.
With the 15th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Parkhurst Series 1.
And now we're back into 91-92 with Parkhurst Series 1. They did miss on the Hasek. They don't have the Forsberg or Solani, but they do have that Santa Claus insert, and a lot of people like that. I think that's probably the primary driving force of this selection here. That probably trumps some of those other sets that maybe have more of the rookies of this year. That's a really nice card. I think that's a good pick here at this point in the draft. Back to the commissioner for our very next pick.
With the 16th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Score Series 2.
91-92 Score Series 2. I think this one driven primarily by the fact that they hit the two big rookies of the year. They've got Hasek, they've got Lidstrom, plus they've got some chase cards and the Bobby Orr autograph cards, and they've got inserts with those hot cards, depending on the series that you're talking about. So some good value here. Not especially sought after, these 91-92 score cards, but there are some really great cards in there. So I think this makes sense at this stage of the draft. The pick is in, so let's go back to our commissioner.
With the 17th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Parkhurst Series 2.
91-92 Parkhurst Series 2. Now, this set, they did get the Dominic Hasek, and there's a few cards that you can't find in other sets. I think Joe Juneau and Bill Guerin's other rookies, which are pretty interesting. A couple of nice inserts, so that makes sense. I think That was fast. The pick is already in for the next one, so let's head back to the commissioner.
With the 18th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Score Pinnacle.
And the 1991-92 Score Pinnacle Series. Score's attempt at the Premier Edition. Mostly driven, I think, by those Team Pinnacle inserts. Those are tough to find. Really difficult. And actually have pretty good value if you get a high-grade version. So that's probably the driving force here. There is a Lidstrom card out there, but no Hasek. And they did capture a few of the other good rookies of the year. Back to the commissioner for our next pick.
With the 19th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 O-Pee-Chee Premier.
91-92 O-Pee-Chee Premier. Not quite as successful as its predecessor the year before, but they do have a very nice Nicholas Lidstrom card. A few other notable rookies in this set, and one particular error card worth noting, which is the Konstantinov card where it's Lidstrom on the back. Pretty interesting set. We're getting down to the tail end, a little harder to find value with these sets, so I think here this one makes a lot of sense. Mostly you're just chasing that Lidstrom rookie card because you're not going to find any other inserts or autographs or anything like that. But still, at this point in the draft, I think that's a pretty healthy pickup.
With the 20th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1990-91 Topps.
90-91 Topps, the final edition of the 90-91 series. They hit a few of the good rookies. There's a Roenick, there's a McGillney and a Curtis Joseph and Richter and Medano and such. But all of those are also available with the O-Pee-Chee series. So where they don't have that really cool Fedorov insert card, they have team scoring leader inserts, which are interesting. Probably the fact that they don't have the Fedorov is why this set slipped this far in the draft, the furthest one of any of the sets from 1990-91. Back to the commissioner, the pick is in.
With the 21st pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Pro Set Series 1.
91-92 Pro Set Series 1. Now this is an interesting selection here because there are exactly 0 good rookies in this set. This selection is driven entirely by the inserts. You've got the Patrick Waugh, you've got the limited edition Patrick Waugh autograph, you've got the 75th hologram. Those cards and those cards alone make this set worth picking here because you're not going to find any other good rookies. Over to the Lagertha P. Vikingson for our next pick.
With the 22nd pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Score Series 1.
1991-92 Score Series 1, at least in the Canadian English and bilingual versions. They missed on a lot of the good rookies here. There's no Hasek, there's no Lidstrom. All they really have is a Doug Waite and a Tony Amonte. So this pick is pretty much driven solely by the inserts, including that limited edition Bobby Orr autograph card. If they didn't have that autograph card, I think this set probably would have slipped even further. But I think given the outside, very rare chance of pulling that card makes this a good selection here at this point. The pick is in. Let's go back to the commissioner.
With the 23rd pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 Topps.
1991-92 Topps. Interesting. I think that makes sense that this set slipped this far. Interesting that it did beat out the O-Pee-Chee set this year. Normally the O-Pee-Chee set would be a little bit higher. In this case, both sets have the same amount of cards and they have the same rookies, so it really comes down to the inserts. And I think in this particular year, O-Pee-Chee tried with the Russian insert cards again, but they just didn't hit any superstar players, Sergei Zubov being about the only one. So this one at least does have the team scoring leader inserts, which has some good players, guys like Yzerman and Sakic. So that probably makes sense why in this year the 91-92 Topps was selected over the O-Pee-Chee. Back to the commissioner. We'll see how far that O-Pee-Chee set falls, but let's hear the next pick.
With the 24th pick in the junk wax draft, we select 1991-92 O-Pee-Chee.
Well, we didn't have to wait long. There's the 91-92 O-Pee-Chee set. Like I said, virtually identical except for the inserts. So while you don't have the team scoring leader inserts, you do have a few cool Russian cards, like one for Sergei Zubov, another for Sergei Zhanov. But that's really about it. And when you get down to this part of the draft, that's about all you're hoping to get. Pick is in. Let's go back to the commissioner.
With the 25th pick in the Junk Wax Draft, we select 1991-92 Pro Set Platinum Series 1.
1991-92 Pro Set Platinum Series 1. As noted earlier in the broadcast, this is one of the only boxes in the history of sports cards that doesn't have a single rookie card, so it makes sense that it fell down this far. I think the only reason that it's not one of the last two picks of the draft is that it does have some inserts, including a cool Gretzky card that you can get, but I think that makes sense at the third last pick. Now for the last two picks, we go to our deputy commissioner.
With the 26th pick in the Junk Wax Draft, we select 1991-92 Bowman.
91-92 Bowman, I think this makes a lot of sense as the second last pick. The only rookie card they really hit was John LeClair. There's not a single insert in this series, so there's not really a high expectation of value here with this set. Not much you can really say about it. I think second last probably makes sense. And the pick is in for the final pick, Mr. Irrelevant of the 25 Junk Wax Hockey Draft. Let's go back to the deputy commissioner.
With the 27th pick in the Junk Wax Draft, we select 1991-92 Topps Stadium Club.
1991-92 Topps Stadium Club, the final pick of the 2025 Junk Wax Hockey Draft, and I think this makes a lot of sense. Not any good rookies to note, zero inserts, there's really nothing of value here, and in addition to that, the cards, the glossiness of the cards, meaning that they stick together quite a bit, and they can brick, would be the term, where you open a pack, and it's just all stuck together into a single thing, trying to get them apart, you destroy all the cards. So there's really not an expectation you're going to get anything valuable in this set. This is the kind of set that people just don't buy anymore. We'll be going through it and we'll have a look, but there's not really a big expectation of value here. So this makes sense as the last pick of the draft. So there you have it. There's all 27 picks of this year's draft. I hope you enjoyed your time with us. We're going to throw it back to our stadium correspondent, your old friend John, for some final Q's and A's and analysis before we get into the rest of the series. Well, there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this year's edition of the Junk Wax Draft. Over the next 27 weeks, we'll be cracking into all of those boxes, one per week, every Saturday morning, starting with the last pick of the draft, 91-92 Topps Stadium Club, working our way all the way to that first pick, 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premier. So join us if you can. Look forward to it, and we'll see you next Saturday.